I quit Amazon, and this is why. Now, we all know that Amazon is the king when it comes to e-commerce. In fact, it's estimated that about half of all e-commerce sales flow through Amazon, which really explains why Jeff Bezos is so stupid rich. But he's not the only one who's making money from Amazon. About half of all of Amazon's sales come from third-party sellers. That's regular people just like you and I. So there's a lot of regular people out there making a lot of money with Amazon. In fact, I've been dropshipping on Amazon for several years now and have made a lot of money doing it. And I have a lot of students in my course all about Amazon dropshipping who have gone on to make even more money than I have. So it definitely does work, and you can definitely make some good money selling on Amazon. But you saw the title of the video. If I made so much money from Amazon, why did I quit? And the short answer is basically just because I'm tired. Let me explain. When I first started selling on Amazon, even back then, dropshipping technically wasn't allowed. Now I say technically because Amazon would allow us to do it. They knew we were doing it, they let us do it, as long as we did things like upload our tracking numbers, respond to A to Z claims, ship out our items on time, upload tracking numbers, basic customer service. And as long as we did that, we were fine, and we got along fine and made a lot of money with Amazon. But over the last few years, Amazon has made things much more difficult for us. And for me, this really started with their return policy. Now, if you sell on Amazon using their FBA program, which is their Fulfilled by Amazon program, then Amazon handles all the returns for you, so it's very simple. But we don't use FBA as dropshippers. We are third-party merchants who are doing merchant fulfilled orders, meaning we have to handle the returns ourselves. Now, the way that we want returns to happen is the customer requests one, then we go to our supplier and say, hey, we want to return this item. They send us a return label that we then give to our buyer, and the buyer then ships the item directly back to our supplier, so we never have to touch or handle it. And that's the way it used to work flawlessly on Amazon. But slowly, Amazon has made it more difficult for us because they started to automatically approve returns for buyers, and then the items would get shipped directly back to our house, and we'd be charged the postage for that return. Now, there are ways around that, are ways to kind of circumvent that so that the item does go back to your supplier, but it's getting more and more difficult to do that. And increasingly, we're seeing items returning back to our home, which we don't want at all. The next thing that Amazon has made more difficult for us merchant fulfilled sellers are A to Z claims. Now, if you're not familiar with A to Z claims, that's basically when a customer on Amazon says, hey, I never received the item, or I received the wrong item, or the item was damaged, or I returned the item and never received a refund. They can open up a claim called an A to Z claim. Now, FBA sellers don't have to worry about that, but us dropshippers, we do. Now, in the past, the way that these were handled were the case would be opened, and we would have time to respond. We would say, oh, we actually did ship it, here's a tracking number, or hey, it was damaged, let me just refund you, or we did get it back, let me just refund you. If you worked with them, you could always solve them, and then these A to Z claims wouldn't count against your account as part of your metrics, as a part of a negative metric. But over time, we've seen Amazon, they start to open up these cases and then immediately close them in the buyer's favor. They refund them, and we get a hit on our metrics, and they never really give us a chance to solve the issue ourselves. This is so frustrating because a lot of times it's not our fault. A lot of times we have tracking numbers showing the item's been delivered, and it's just really frustrating that Amazon won't let us put forth our evidence and really put forward a case proving that we should win the A to Z claims. Now, this doesn't happen every time, but it's happening enough that it's getting to be pretty frustrating. The next thing that Amazon has made harder for us sellers are tracking numbers. Now, I don't want to spend too much time getting into why tracking numbers are getting more difficult because it's a little bit complicated, but basically what it comes down to is that even though we upload tracking numbers to Amazon, for some reason, Amazon doesn't count them as valid tracking numbers, even though they are. This has been something that's changed and we're not really sure why, and that negatively impacts our count as sellers, which is unfair again, because we are actually uploading valid tracking numbers for the orders. So we're still fine with those. We're still above what we need to be, but it's just frustrating. It feels like we're always just struggling just to keep our metrics high enough when it comes to tracking numbers. And the last big change that has really impacted us as sellers and as dropshippers is Amazon's dropshipping policy itself. Now, like I said before, Amazon has always had a dropshipping policy, and it pretty much says that you are allowed to dropship, but you are not allowed to dropship from another retail store. It has to be white label dropshipping. In other words, when the buyer gets the item, they can't believe or suspect that it came from some other seller. It has to look like you are actually selling the item. But Amazon has always kind of ignored that. They've allowed us to sell as long as we're providing good customer service and doing what we're supposed to do. Increasingly, what we're seeing is that if you start an Amazon account and start drop shipping right away, then within the first 2 to 3 months, you might get suspended right away for drop shipping. If you can survive that time period, then you should be fine. But it's really the new sellers that are really facing the difficulties, because that's kind of when Amazon looks at your account and really checks it to make sure you're being a good seller within those first few months of selling. Once you get past it, like I said, you're usually fine. But if you have poor metrics, your account can still get suspended. And what causes poor metrics? Well, things like not having valid tracking numbers, not handling A to Z claims, all these things that now we don't have as much control over because of the other things we talked about earlier in this video. Now, when a suspension happens, you can overcome them. You can get your accounts back. So it isn't a huge issue, but it's just kind of a pain when it does happen. And for a lot of new sellers, if you start selling and get suspended within the first few months, a lot of people just give up. You shouldn't give up. You should get unsuspended and keep going, because once you get past that point, you're in much better shape. But I can understand why you just want to give up if you get suspended so quickly on Amazon. All right, so selling on Amazon has become more frustrating. But a lot of people will see that frustration as an excuse not to get started or not to continue. But other people will see the frustration as an opportunity, because if a lot of people aren't going to start or continue with Amazon because they just find it too frustrating, then that creates an amazing opportunity for the people that are willing to deal with the frustrations and are willing to keep selling, finding ways to make it work, finding ways to work with Amazon and continue to sell. And we know it continues to work, because I see plenty of people doing it. Plenty of my students are selling on Amazon, drop shipping successfully. So it still works. So why, if it still works, am I going to quit? Well, to be 100% honest, I've just been feeling a bit overwhelmed. I run multiple e-commerce stores on eBay, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. I have this YouTube channel. I have an Instagram where I'm giving you guys free knowledge every single day. I have 3 online courses where I teach eBay, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. I have a Chrome extension that I provide as a service, and I also have a second YouTube channel. So it's a lot. And even though I have virtual assistants who are helping me, and even though I feel really blessed to be able to do this and have this be my life, I still feel like ultimately the responsibility always falls on me. Whenever there's a big problem, it's up to me to solve it and to pick the direction that our business goes in. So I'm kind of like a breaking point where I just need a break from something. I need to eliminate something so I don't feel so overwhelmed. And even though Amazon is the king of e-commerce, it's had the most headaches for me recently. eBay and Facebook Marketplace, they're just going so well, especially this year. If you guys haven't tried out Facebook Marketplace yet, I highly suggest it. It is an amazing place to be dropshipping right now. So much opportunity, so little competition, and your margins can be really high on it. So you're not gonna deal with all those headaches that I talked about with Amazon. In fact, guys, recently I did a training on how to start a Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business, and I'll have the replay available for a limited time in the description. Just click the link there and sign up for that free training. So because Facebook Marketplace and eBay have been doing so well, I decided to get rid of Amazon for now and kind of take a break from it for a while. Now, because I always try to lead with integrity, just want to be honest with you guys, I've decided to temporarily close down my Amazon course for new students. It's closed for enrollment. And the reason for that is because even though Amazon dropshipping does work and what I teach does work and my students are still getting results with it and still making money with it, I just didn't think it was right for me to continue to teach it or to have the course open for enrollment when I don't do it myself. What if something changes on Amazon? I won't be able to update the course, at least for now. So just to have full honesty and transparency and integrity there, I've temporarily closed the course. Like I said, I still believe it works, but for now, until I start doing it myself, I just don't feel comfortable selling it to new people. But this is all temporary. I'm gonna be back on Amazon. There's just too much opportunity there for me to ignore it. So I will be back eventually. But for now, I'm just kind of happy taking a break from it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel for more videos on e-commerce, dropshipping, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and eventually more stuff on Amazon. And then check out the link in the description for that free Facebook Marketplace dropshipping training. And I'll see you guys over there in just a few seconds.